everybody, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I am so glad you could join me on today, National Coffee Day. It is September 29th. It's National Coffee Day. I love my coffee. We're kind of best buds, okay? Well, it inspired today's card. It is a Starbucks themed card. Now, you guys know it's also fall, and that means it's official pumpkin spice everything. And so I really kind of wanted to bring that whole pumpkin spice feel into my card today. Let me show you this one. It's got a little belly band that slides off and then a place inside where you can slip a Starbucks card or just write a message. It's also a great card for just your coffee loving friends. Very fun to do and actually very, very simple. Let me show you how to do it. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the cardstock that you're going to need to create the coffee card. For our card base, this is going to be the thick Whisper White. I have that cut at 3.5 inches by 11 inches and I've scored it at 5.5 inches. I also have another piece of Whisper White that's just 2 by 2 or any scrap's gonna do. That's going to be our focal image. I've also got a 1 3/4 inch circle of the Pumpkin Pie Glimmer Paper. And then let's see, I've got some Kraft 12 by 12 cardstock. This is a really nice thick cardstock. This is cut 1.5 inches by 7.5. And my final piece is Emerald Envy. And this is 1.5 inches by 4.5. And I have it scored at 3/8 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 5/8 of an inch. All right, that covers all our cardstock. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and start by prepping our card base. Now, I have come in and made a couple tick marks at 1/4 of an inch on each side, and then we're going to do a little cutting on this. All right, so we're going to take that tick mark and we're going to put it just kind of off to the right there of the groove. And then let's take our other end right here, the point, and again, we're going to be cutting at an angle, so let's go ahead and leave that just hanging off just a tad. And then let's go ahead and give that a cut. Now, you want to make sure you're holding this down really tight, and you may have to run it through twice because that is some thick cardstock. Now you may notice like mine didn't cut. It is not a problem. I can just put it right back into that groove. If you're using regular cardstock, I found that I can get through this just fine. There we go. All right, now yes, I've got a few rough edges, and you know what, we're just going to take a bone folder and we're going to smooth that out. Rough edges on cardstock are never a problem when you have a bone folder. You can just give those a nice score and it smooths it out nicely. All right, we've got that done. Let's go ahead and do the stamping that we need to do on our card base. I'm going to be using Paisleys and Posies for my stamp set today. And let's see, I'm going to start with some rich razzleberry. I really want to just come in with some nice fall colors here. So we're going to fill this up on both sides. So there we go. Now let's come in with our next color. We're going to choose Tangerine Tango, another great fall color. And I've got another one of the Paisleys from that stamp set. And let's just fill in again with this one. Delightful Dijon is my next color. And I've got this wonderful little burst here. Let's just come in. We'll fill in some more with this one. And our final color, Emerald Envy, and I'm just going to add some leaves. Again, this is all in the Paisleys and Posies stamp set. There we go. So my card is done, and this way it's nice on both sides. So now let's come in. We're going to do a little corner rounding because coffee cups aren't that harsh on the bottom. So let's put that into our corner rounder. We're going to give that a punch here at the bottom. Do that on both sides. There we go. All right, now we're going to create the lid of our cup. We're now going to come in with our Emerald Envy cardstock, and I've just given that a crease down the center, so that's the 3/4 inch score mark. Let me come in now with the Best Badge Punch, and we're going to use this in a little bit of a unique way. So what I want to do, I don't want to come in and punch this out like this. So we're going to come into the punch, and we're going to slide it under this edge here. So let's just slide that in. And this is what's great about this punch. Can you see the little tick mark that's kind of already made there in the punch? Let's line up our score line that we have there. And we're just going to be cutting off about a 1/4 of an inch or so. So we're going to get that. Let's repeat that here on this other side. All right, the lid of our cup is done. You can see that extra score line just kind of gives the lid some dimension. We're going to be adding this to the top of our card right here. I'm going to be using Fast Fuse today. I just think it's one of the best adhesives for this project. So let's just add some Fast Fuse. I don't want to go all the way down because this will kind of hang off. So let's center it up in the top. That would be the fold of my card. All right, it's time to create the belly band. I say belly band. I guess this would be the holder so that you don't burn your hands. I don't know. They probably have some great name for that. I'm not sure what it is. But we're just going to lay that on our card, and we're just simply going to fold it over just like that. Now let's add, we do want to make sure though, we're going to be covering that. So kind of pick which side you feel is going to cover that up the best. Let's add just a dot of Fast Fuse here to seal that. Now we have to do a quick cutting. Super easy to do. We're just gonna trim that away. That's gonna make it nice and flat. We can now put the belly band back in place. Let's stamp a focal image, and I'm gonna do that in the Emerald Envy. Now you can pick any sentiment you want. I found this great circle hello from Papa Paradise, and it just seemed perfect. So we're just going to stamp that in Emerald Envy. I'm going to come in with the 1 3/8 inch circle punch. Let's give that a punch. And we're ready to put our card together. So I'm going to cover up that seam with my glimmer circle, my fabulous pumpkin pie glimmer. Oh, if you haven't gotten this stuff yet, it is so gorgeous. Let's just put that right there in the center. Now, it is hard to get things to stick to glimmer paper, but one thing sticks great, and that is Stampin' Dimensionals. So we're going to put, I'm actually going to put 3, only because I really need this to stick. And as I said, it can be really hard sometimes to get things to stick to glimmer. So let's peel those away. We can add our hello to the center. And guys, with that, our fall-themed Starbucks card is done. What do you think? It really is an easy card, and it's a fun one to make and a fun one to give because it's not your typical card. And you know what? It really was just a few little extra steps to turn it into the Starbucks card. A lot of fun, and boy, that glimmer paper really makes it pop. I hope that you guys like this one. Now, you can find all the information you need to create the card, the measurements in case you missed them, things like that. You can find that at simplysimplestamping.com. Look for the September 29th, 2016 blog post, and you'll see some photos if you need to see some close-up versions of things, or as I said, the measurements, everything is all there. Now, if you need any of the supplies, hey, I've got you covered there too. Just look for all the pictures. I've got pictures. You can just click on a pic and you can get it ordered, and boom. And you know, fall just started, so you have plenty of time to make the fall themed card. So be sure to check it out at simplysimplestamping.com. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the video today. Have a fabulous National Coffee Day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.